The wet trees. Thank you. We had a spook because my dog came out of the bushes. Backed up. We're gonna sit here. Nope. We're gonna sit here. She's old enough to chill on that. Not be like that. There. She took a nice deep breath. Got herself back together. Off we go. I mean, it's a real easy to ride spook and bolt Fjord, but it's still not play and not something her owner would want to deal with. So she's got to take some time and process. Past the barn. When you take a horse out by itself, your horse needs you to be the leader, not the follower. If you are the follower or a passenger, the horse has to be in charge of his own safety, meaning the horse has to decide which situations are safe for you and which are not, which is what a lot of our horses are doing. When they bolt, spook, buck, leave, they're just telling us this situation isn't safe, we have to leave. And they're doing that because they feel like you won't decide that for them. As soon as a horse realizes you'll tell him what he needs to know, there she's wanting to go back to the barn. We're going to tell her no. As soon as she starts it, the sooner we tell her no, the easier and softer we can be about it. If we let her get fully turned around or really immersed in her tantrum, it's going to get bigger. So if we show strong leadership, it doesn't mean being aggressive or rude or mean. It just means that we're actually in charge of what's happening, and we're actually in charge of where we're going, and that we have a plan, and that we will keep her safe. So at the same time, we have to prove to her that we're not going to make silly decisions. We're not going to take her off a cliff. We're not going to let her go somewhere that's bad for her to choose. So I'm going to use my legs there. When she thinks about the barn, I just use a little left leg. And going on up. Up, up, up. And right there, she wants to pull me. She would choose a dirt trail over a rock every time. You can kind of feel her do it. And she might like the soft of the ground, or she might actually just be wanting adventure and turning off at every trail she sees. I've ridden horses that literally never turn off, and I've ridden horses that every time they see a trail, they duck and want to go up it. I think that a lot of times ducking is like, and wanting to go up every trail is just an excitement for the trail. Plodding straight down the same path is probably less excitement for being out with you. Really, we just wanted to take her mom along with us on a ride and let her see that we're doing pretty good. And we're just putting a little time on this girl so that she can get confident and we can see how bad her tantrums are and if they're worth dealing with. And if the situation's just a communication thing between her owner and her, which most things are, us. So as soon as I can safely say the horse is safe for her owner, then we're going to get the owner back on, her mom, and we're going to get her mom riding down the trail and see what holes we can fix for them and how we can show this little mare that she is safe to take her mom down the trail. Right there, she thought about going back each direction, thought about trotting. She felt it for a minute, and I had to say a little gentle pull saying, no, we're just going to keep going down the trail. I imagine we come around the corner and the scary horses are there. She's going to go that way. Here we are listing again. She's wanting to just take off to the right and duck and go home. We don't do that. So the second we feel the thought, we tell her, no, it's all right. We're going to go this way. And we just keep our focus, our shoulders, and everything on forward. If we let that horse start to turn around and then turn a full circle, we've let the horse decide where we should go. And that is not what we want to be doing here. We want to stay in charge. I thought these horses here might bother her in the runs, stalls and runs. They are not. Oh, we are speeding up, so we're gonna go ahead. Oh, here's a good tantrum spot. Haven't had one yet, so she's saying can't possibly go here. The puddle is fine. She just wanted to go back to the barn. I imagine when we turn to go back to the barn, she will try to go quicker than I would like to, and I just want to go the same speed out and in. I don't want her to be heavy and lean on me, so when I do make contact with her, it's with soft little pulls. Every time she says she wants to go back to the barn, we're just going to keep her forward. And we have to remember that with horses being big, little things can turn into giant problems. So it is really important to fix these things while they're little things, and to fix these things and to get help as soon as you feel unsafe with your horse, or as soon as you feel uncomfortable with your horse. It's really important to get help. So majority of the time I'm loose rein, hand down, just letting her travel. I want to let her realize that if she just trucks down the road, I'm not going to bug her a bit. If she tries to turn around, I'm going to talk to her and keep her on the straight and narrow. Just being super consistent and telling her before it snowballs into anything big. Good girl. Always want to reach and pet when things are nice. We were discussing this yesterday in a lesson. A lot of people would like to get rid of the dog if the dog spooks their horse when you're riding. For me, I'm like, bring it every time until that horse is over it. Okay, next challenge. Because if I'm not looking for a challenge with my horse, I don't know why I have horses. Because I promise you, even the best horse will challenge you at some point or another, or challenge you in some way. Some of the best horses I've ever been around challenged me the most, made me think outside the box, and made me grow. And if we're not growing, we're dead. You can see her pick up speed a little bit. Nice job. Yeah, it's a pretty brisk morning. We're here really early, beating the feed truck. We were out here at 7, started riding by 7:30, so I've got to haul horses to the vet, so just putting in a little extra early morning ride so that my clients' horses get worked. There was another little dog spook. Good. I want to tell her that we're not going to jump from it and that we're good. I got her. There's no need for her to make those worried decisions and try to take care of us. I'm sure this mare has trail ridden quite a bit. She's smarter than most of us, and I think that she just thinks she has to take care of her rider and make the decisions on what's safe and what's not. And those decisions that she's making have made it pretty unsafe for her rider. So that's where it was great for me to step in, intervene, tell her those decisions don't need to be made, and let her get comfy. She's a strong mare. Fjords have a huge neck, a lot of strength, and they tend to have a hard time cornering, turning, loping. The heavier build the horse is, the harder those things are for them. But they're fantastic trail horses. They're known to be consistent. A lot of the draft breeds are calm, easygoing, mild-tempered, and very, very sweet. This mare is very sweet and kind. She just thinks she needs to be in control once you're in the saddle. So hopefully we can guide her and change that for her, because she's a bold, smart mare. feel her here. She almost slipped into a trot. She hasn't done it about 3 times on the ride. She's felt like she was going to take off into a trot, and I've just waited to make sure that's really what she was going to do so before I corrected her. And she has regulated and corrected herself. So I was able to stay off her mouth and let her just use that hurried walk pace to catch her balance here and there. And I haven't just gotten after her for something that was just a balance issue. The more we can stay off their face and the more we can stay off their bridle and just use it when we need, the better. And it's kind of a good moment to talk a little about bits. We're going to get really into it, but bits are only as harsh as they are used. You can argue with me all you want, but if you ride in the softest bit and you use the heck out of it, you're going to have a dead mouth horse. If you ride in a spade bit and you barely touch it, you're going to have a soft horse. If you ride in a snaffle and you barely touch it, use it when you need it. Use it more for shoulder control than face control. And things are going to make a lot more sense for you. All right, I'm going to be quiet again and just let you enjoy the ride. We're coming in on the indoor arena from the backside off the trails, and it is muddy Pacific Coast trails, and I lied about being quiet. Against my prior thoughts, when we turned around, I've been loose rein the entire way, and she's been quietly walking really nicely. I thought I was going to have a little trots and a little excitement back toward the barn, especially because breakfast comes real soon. I haven't had 1 ounce of that. Just head down, relaxed, walking toward the barn. This relaxed feeling. This is the first time I've had her just put her head down, relax, and fully just feel comfortable in her skin while I've been riding. The other times I could feel that she felt like she needed to pay attention. I think she's just realizing that I've got her and that I'm going to go ahead and make our decisions, and I'm going to protect her with every decision I have, and us, because this is really nice. This is your end goal, really, of any ride. If you're in the arena, if you're here, you want the thoughts to have processed and the horse to be calmer, quieter, head in a low, relaxed, and thinking position when you're done. If things are escalating or winding up, we're doing something wrong. We're coming back down to the lower barn area, off the mountain. We can ride clear up to the top of that mountain and we'll take you up there. That one's where we ride through the trees a lot. From our property, we can literally go any direction as long as we would like. As long as we have daylight. And we could camp and keep going. So I feel very, very spoiled by it. she's a little alert, watching my dog. We're almost home. It's the first alertness we've had for a minute. I'm going to ignore it. And look, it just went away. If I had grabbed her face or joined in, it would have stayed. So I just left her alone and let her go through it to see where we were heading. It got better. She put her head back on. It's hard when the owner has a new horse and they haven't built that trust between them. That's kind of where this issue is coming from. They need to go through everything and know they'll survive. They're no different than us. They need reassurance to know they're going to survive doing everything we ask of them. As flight animals, being asked to be brave and go into the world and face every kind of thing they don't want to. They weren't designed for.